Dear students, myself Sheikh Gulnaz. Now I am here with the topic of important dynasties of South India for the student of 6th standard subject social science. Students, in the last first sem you have learned important dynasties of North India. Now let us see the important dynasties of South India. Students, in this lesson you are going to learn the achievement of the famous kings from Shatavahana, Kadamba, Ganga, Chalukya, Pallava, Chola, Rashtrakuta, Kalyana Chalukya and Hoysala's dynasties are described. Okay, so the contribution of these dynasties to art, architecture, religion, literature, education, economic and social fields is also discussed in this lesson. So students, after learning this chapter, you will understand to recall the achievements and contributions of Gautamiputra, Shatakarni and Shatavahanas, to appreciate the adventures and contributions of Maurya Varma and Kadambas, to know the contributions of Durvinita and Gangas, to know the contributions of Pulikeshi and Chalukya, to know the military and cultural contributions of Chalukyas and Pallavas, to appreciate the military and cultural activities of Rashtrakuta kings, to relish the art and architectures of Kalyani Chalukyas and Hoysalas. So now let us begin with this chapter, that is first Shatavahanas. Students, here the most important dynasty that ruled in South India is Shatavahanas after Mauryas. Okay, so Shatavahanas are believed to be a Kannadigas, and the names of these kings are said to be in Kannada. So Kannadigas are nothing but students those who are living in Karnataka or those who speak in Kannada. So that's why their names were called, that kings were known to be in Kannada. For example, Hala, Pulanvi, Naganika, etc. Okay, so the capital of Shatavahanas is Pathan or Prathistan of Maharashtra. Okay, so the greatest king of this dynasty was Gautamiputra Shatakarni. He is the greatest king of Shatavahanas dynasty. How he is greater? Now let us see, students. He brought back the glory of Shatavahanas, which was on brink of decline. So students, what happened when the Shatavahanas dynasty was nearer to end, decline? Okay, on that time Gautamiputra Shatakarni, he brought back the glory of Shatavahanas. So what happened here? Gautamiputra Shatakarni brought back the glory of Shatavahanas, which was on decline, which was at the end. On that time he brought back. Okay, so now you can see here on the screen the images there of map. The yellow color here, filled yellow color, that is the dynasty, Shatavahanas dynasty, which was ruled in these places. Okay, you can see the names is also visible to you. Now let us see in details about Gautamiputra Shatakarni. So students, Gautamiputra Shatakarni, he defeated many foreign dynasties like Shaka, Yavana, Pahlava, etc. So he reprinted his name on the coins of Shaka's Nahapana. His empire was extended to the regions of Konkan, Saurashtra, Malwa, Bihar, etc. So he was given the title that Tri Samudratoya Pitavahana. Here the name he got the title, that is Tri Samudratoya Pitavahana. So what is the meaning of this, students? The one who has a horse for riding that has drank the water of 3 seas. That means he was having the horse, those who have drank is nothing but those who have drank the water of 3 seas. That shows that he is like a horse. He knows everything. Okay, so here students, what happened, as he defeated the many dynasties like Shaka, Yavana and Pahlava, etc. So what happened, after defeating them, the coins was there now of other dynasty. He reprinted that coins of other dynasty with his name. Okay, so next now let us see the contribution of Shatavahanas dynasty. So in the field of religion, students, they followed Vedic religion. Here, Shatavahanas dynasties followed Vedic religion. As per the information in an inscriptions, it is known that they were worshipping the god Praneshvara. of Talagunda in Shivamogga district. So students, the peoples, the persons, those were Shatavahana's dynasty, they used to follow the Vedic religion, and as per the inscriptions during of that period, it is known that they were worshipping the god, that is Pranaveshwara of Talagunda in Shivamogga district. So they extended their patronage of Buddhist also. So they built Buddhist religious centers in Nasik, Karle, Kanhari and Amaravati. So during this period, worship of gods like Ganesha, Vishnu and Surya were in practice during the period when Shatavahana's dynasty was ruling. So now let us see in the field of literature and education. So students, here Prakrit was the administrative language of Shatavahanas. Okay, so their inscriptions are also in Prakrit language and Brahmi script. Here students, Prakrit language, we can say that was a very hard language. So King Hala wrote a book called Gatha Saptasati in Prakrit. So Gunadhya wrote Vadda Katha and Sarva Varma wrote Kathantra Vyakarana. So Agrahas were established to provide education. So Talagunda Sthanakundur of Shivamogga district was a major educational center. So students, in the field of literature and education, you can see here students, they wrote whatever literature they wrote, for example, whichever books they wrote, they wrote in Prakrit language only. Okay. Now let us see in the field of architecture. Shatavahanas have contributed a lot to the field of architecture. Okay, many chaityas, viharas and stupas were built in this period. So during the dynasty, while it was ruling in India, here students, many chaityas, viharas and stupas were built in this period. These are the monuments. Okay, so chaitya is a prayer hall of Buddhist. Here, what is chaitya, students? Chaitya is a prayer hall of Buddhist. So vihara is a place where Buddhist monks stay. As you have seen in Kalaburgi, we have that Buddha Vihar. There inside we can see the monks were sitting and doing meditation. Students, Vihara is a place where Buddhist monks stay. Okay, big rocks were cut to create chaityas and viharas. How they create this, students? How they build the chaityas and viharas? By big rocks were cut. By cutting the big one rocks, stones. Okay. So next, the chaitya at Karle of Maharashtra is a big and beautiful. So here students, rock cut viharas are next to the chaityas. After chaityas, we can see the rock cut viharas are next to chaityas. So white marble stupa at Amaravati of Andhra Pradesh is known for its artistic carvings. Means students, how they use the carving and all. Carving is nothing but students, we are designing on the stones. They used to design on the stone only. So the architectural creations of Shatavahanas can be found in Kannaganahalli of Kalaburgi district and Banavasi of Uttara Kannada district. We can see in these places, we can see the chaityas, viharas. Okay. So now let us see in the field of trade and towns. Here students, trade is nothing but business. Okay. So now let us see the period of Shatavahanas enjoyed economic prosperity. Here they enjoyed economic prosperity. The main reason for this is the trade that took place within the country and outside the country. Here student, the main reason for this in the trade that took place within the country and outside the country. Not only they have expanded, they does business in their locality only. They used to do the business in other countries also. Okay, because of that reason they enjoyed the economy. The economy, we can say students, in field of money and all. Next, the towns were called as Nigamas. Paitan, Karle, Kanheri, Junnar and Nasik of Maharashtra, Dhanyaketa of Andhra Pradesh and Vijayanti of Uttara Kannada districts were the main centers of trade. So students, here are the centers of trade, business. They used to do the business in these centers. Next, the towns had societies named Srini. The towns had societies named Srini. The societies which were present in the town of Shatavahanas, they are called Srini. Okay, they were the groups formed by professional and traders to protect their interest. Students, why they made that societies? They group formed by professionals and traders to protect their interests, because they made that societies and all because to protect their interests. For example, Dhanik Shreni was society of grocery merchants. Here students, Dhanik Shreni was a society of grocery, jewelries and all, everything of merchants. Merchants we can say students, businessmen only. So similarly, smiths, potters and others had their own societies. Like students, according to their work, they were having the different societies. So each Shreni had a senior who was called as Shrishti. Students, here first we know the name of society is Shreni, and the head of that senior member of that society was called Shrishti. So yeah, here Shrishtis were usually rich, as they were the leaders, so obviously they were rich. So here one such Shrishti and built a Chaitya at Karle. So here one, for example, he is the leader of that society, so he has to make compulsory one Chaitya. Okay. Bullock carts, horses and donkeys were used for inland cargo movement. So students, to move from inland, they used to make the routes inside the land also. So that from that also they have to move. For example, to take their, if they are doing the business, to take the goods, products from one place to another place, they use this carts, bullock carts, horses and donkeys. Okay. Next, the foreign trade was through the ports on the west and east coast of the empire. So they were trade links with Rome during Shatavahana period. So students, the business relation was there with the other country like Rome. So you should know this point, students, that Banavasi, known as Vijayavanti was the regional capital of Shatavahanas. So Prakrit was the popular language. So here students, Shatavahana's rule started over 2300 years ago and lasted for 4 centuries. Okay. Now here students, activity is there, exercise for you have to solve. That dash were established for providing education during the period of Shatavahanas. The administrative language of Shatavahanas was dash. The societies formed by the traders and skilled laborers were called dash. Gautamiputra Shatakarni inscribed his name on the coins of dash. So next, answer in a single sentences. Who was the greatest king of Shatavahanas? What was the title given to Gautamiputra Shatakarni? What is Chaitya? Name the book written by Hala. Name the important Nigamas towns of Shatavahanas. What is training? Next, discuss in group and answer the following. So here students, discuss about the trade and towns of Shatavahanas period, the factors responsible for the economic progress of Shatavahanas. So now let us see the another dynasty, that is Kadambas. So students, after Shatavahanas, now let us move towards the another dynasty of South India, that is Kadambas. So Kadamba is the first Kannada dynasty of Karnataka after Shatavahanas. So Kadambas prospered in the northeastern Karnataka, where it was prospered northeast Karnataka. So the founder of Kadamba dynasty is Mayur Varma. The founder of Kadamba dynasty is here students, Mayur Varma. So Banavasi of Uttara Kannada district was the capital of Kadambas. Here students, Banavasi of Uttara Kannada was the capital of the dynasty Kadambas. Okay, the emblem of this dynasty was a lion. So students, here Kadambas was the another dynasty which ruled in Karnataka. So here students, we can see the national emblem, we can say the emblem of this dynasty was lion. Here students, on the screen a map image is there, you can see here students. Here they have said in a key, that is purple, light purple color stand for Kadamba kingdom, yellow color Ganga kingdom. So students, here Ganga kingdom is there and here it is Kadamba kingdom. So here the places names are also there students, that is Aihole, Badami, Gadag, Goa, Pattadikallu, Lakkundi, Hanagal, Banavasi, Talagunda. These were the places which comes under Kadamba kingdom. So next we have that is Ganga kingdom. In that Ganga kingdom, students, we have Kolar Manni, Shravana Belgol, Talakadu. So students, now let us see Mayur Varma. Who was he? Who was he, students? As I said you, he is the founder of Kadamba dynasty. So now let us see details about the founder of this kingdom. He was a Brahmin and had been to Kanchi for the higher education. He was a Brahmin. Who was a Brahmin, students? Here the founder of Kadamba kingdom, that is Mayur Varma, was a Brahmin. So he had to had been to Kanchi for his higher education. He came to Kanchi for his higher education. There he was insulted by a Pallava military officer. In Kanchi, when he came for higher studies, what happened there? He was insulted by Pallava military officer. So Mayur Varma felt so offended that he decided to become a Kshatriya. So he gathered the tribal people and attacked Pallavas. So finally, the king of Pallavas accepted Mayur Varma as a king and gave away many places of Karnataka to him to rule. So Mayur Varma got the Chandravalli lake repaired near Chitradurga. Kakustha Varma is famous among all the Kadamba rulers that ruled after Mayur Varma. Almedi inscriptions belongs to this reign. So this is the first known inscriptions in Kannada till now. It is said that Kakustha Varma had marital relationship with the Guptas of North India. So here, students, when Mayur Varma was insulted in Kanchi while he came for higher education, so what happened? He felt offended. He felt very bad because he was insulted. So because of that, he decided to become a Kshatriyas. Before he was Brahmins, then he decided to become Kshatriyas. So after becoming Kshatriya, with the tribals people, he collected all the peoples and he fought against he attacked to Pallavas. And after attacking the Pallavas, what happened? They accepted Mayur Varma as king. So they have given few parts of Karnataka to Mayur Varma. So after giving that parts, what happened here, students? In this Almedi inscriptions belongs to this rank only, and this is the first known inscription in Karnataka till now. Which inscription, students? Almedi inscription. So it is said that Kakustha Varma had marital. Here, students, after Mayur Varma, the another king important in this kingdom was Kakustha Varma. Okay, during the Kadamba's rule. So here, students, this is the first known inscription, as I said you, of Kannada, and here Kakustha Varma had a marital relationship with the Guptas of North India. Students, here you can see the image of Almedi inscription of Karnataka. And here Chandravalli Lake, Praneshwara Linga of Talakanda, these are the historical places. Okay, students. Now let us see the contributions of Kadambas. Contributions of Kadambas in the field of religion. They were Shaivas and worship Praneshwara of Talagunda as well as Madhukeshwara of Banavasi. So here, students, Pranaveshwar Linga of Talagunda is the famous ancient Shivalinga of Karnataka. So Kadambas respected Buddhism and Vaishnava religion. So thereby they established religious tolerance also. So students, in the field of religion, they were Shaivas and worship Praneshwara of Talagunda as well as Madhukeshwara of Banavasi. So Praneshwara Linga of Talagandu is the most ancient Shivalinga of Karnataka. So they used to worship these gods, and Kadambas respected Buddhism and Vaishnava religion also. So thereby they established religious tolerance too. So now let us see in the field of literature and education. So students, Prakrit, Sanskrit and Kannada were used. Kannada was only a spoken language and was gradually developed into a literary language. So students, in the during the period while Kadambas were ruling, what happened here, students? In the field of literature and education, the Prakrit and Sanskrit and Kannada were used. So Kannada was only the spoken language. They did not wrote any books and all in Kannada. But afterwards, it developed to literary language. Which language? Kannada. Okay. So next what happened? This change can be seen in Almidi inscription. We can see in the changes of Kannada as a spoken language to literary language in Almidi inscription. So Agrahas and Gati Kasthanas were educational centers. So Talagunda was a famous Agrahara, and Kanchi was a famous Gati Kasthana. Okay, this is about the literature and education of Kadambas. So now let us see the architecture. Jain Basadi of Halasi, Shankara Deva temple of Banavasi are the famous constructions of Kadambas and depict their architectural style. So students, you can see the image of architecture of Kadambas, that is Madhukeshwara temple. So students, in this, what is Agraha? Agraha is nothing but a place where Brahmins reside. Worship, we can say. Gati Kasthana. Gati Kasthana is center of higher education like university of the present time. We can see Gati Kasthana as a university. Okay. Now next exercise is there, that is fill in the blanks. The first dynasty of Kannada is Dash. Kakustha Varma had marital relationship with the Dash dynasty of North India. So next, answer the following in a sentence each. Who was the founder of Kadamba dynasty? Which was the capital of Kadambas? Which is the first Kannada inscription? Name the educational centers of Kadambas. So now let us see the another important kingdom, that is Gangas of South India. Here students, when the Kadambas were ruling in northwest of Karnataka, Gangas prospered in South Karnataka. They belonged to an architectural community. They ruled Karnataka for a long duration, for about 650 years. Who? Gangas. So Kovalalapur and Talavanapura were their capitals. These were the capitals of Ganga kingdom. Which are those? Kolar and Talakadu. So next, Konkani Varma was the founder of this dynasty. Who is the founder of Ganga's dynasty here, students? Konkani Varma was the founder of this dynasty. A royal elephant was their emblem. As we have seen in the Kadambas dynasty, their royal emblem, was lion, and here in Gangas, their emblem was royal elephant. So Durvinita was the famous king among the Gangas. So here the famous king in Ganga dynasty was Durvinita. So you can see the emblem of Gangas. Elephant image is there on the screen, students. Next, here students, he ruled about 1500 years ago. Who ruled about 1500 years ago, students? Here the ruler of Gangas, that is Durvinita. Okay, he was a famous king among the Gangas. So he ruled about 1500 years ago. He was a brave warrior and also a scholar. So his mother Jeshta Devi belonged to the Punnata dynasty. Because there were no male children in Punnata dynasty, Durvinita became the heir for that empire too. So he defeated the neighboring kings and expanded his empire. He built many lakes for the purpose of irrigation. So students, here Durvinita, he ruled for about 1500 years ago. He ruled about 1500 years ago. So he was a brave warrior and also a scholar. So as students, his mother was Jeshta Devi. So she belonged to Punnata dynasty, and here students, he was handling, Durvinita was handling the Ganga dynasty and also the Punnata dynasty, because there were no male ruler was there to handle the Punnata dynasty. So here students, what happened? To expand his empire, Durvinita, he defeated many neighboring kings. So he built many lakes for the irrigation purpose. So he was a scholar in Sanskrit and Kannada languages. So he wrote the criticism for Sanskrit poet Bharavi's Kirtana Arjuniya Nyas 15th Sarga. He translated Gunadhya Vadakatha into Sanskrit. Sri Vijaya has mentioned in Kaviraja Marga that Durvinita was a famous Kannada prose writer. So Kaviraja Marga is the first available book in Kannada. So here students, Durvinita, he was a scholar in Sanskrit and Kannada languages. So he wrote the criticism for Sanskrit poets that Bharavis, Kirita Arjuniya's 15th Sarga. So he translated the Gunadhyas Vaddakatha into Sanskrit. Sri Vijaya has mentioned in Kavi Raja Marga that Durvinita was a famous Kannada prose writer. So Kavi Raja Marga is the first available book in Kannada. So here students, after Durvinita, Sri Purusha, Rachamalla and others ruled Karnataka. Sri Purusha also built many lakes like Durvinita. So students, after Durvinita, Sri Purusha, Rachamalla and others ruled Karnataka. So Sri Purusha also built many lakes like Durvinita. Among them, the most famous one is the big lake at Kunigal. So Mudal Kunigal Kere, famous folk song is based on this lake only. Which lake students here? Big lake, that is at Kunigal we have. After Sri Purusha, Rachamalla ruled Karnataka. So his minister, that is Chavundaraya, got the world famous Gomateshwar statue built at Shravanabelgola of Hassan district. So he also built a basadi there in his name. So students, you can see the images there of Kunigal lake. So here students, after Durvinita, the next was ruled Sri Purusha. Then after Sri Purusha, Rachamalla ruled Karnataka. So yes students, during the period when Rachamalla was ruling, his minister Chaundaraya got the world famous Gomateshwara statue built at Shravanabelgola, Hassan district. So he also built there a basadi there in his name. So next let us see the contribution of Gangas. In the field of religion, Ganga rulers encouraged Jain as well as Vedic religions. Some kings accepted Vaishnava religion, Buddha, Kalamukha and Lokayata. Sects of religions existed during the period of Gangas. So now let us see about the literature field. Some of the Ganga rulers were scholars. Durvinita was a famous Sanskrit and Kannada scholar. Sri Purusha wrote Gaja Shastra. Ganga's minister Chaundaraya wrote Chaundaraya Purana. So this is about literature. So next we have, that is architecture and sculpture. Gangas contributed a lot to architecture and sculpture. Kapileshwara of Manne, Neelamangala Taluk, Pataleshwara of Talakadu, Kolaramma of Kolar, Jain Basadi of Shravanabelgola, Panchakuta Basadi of Kambahalli, Negamangala Taluk, etc. are the famous Ganga architecture. The 58 feet monolith statue of Gomateshwara at Shravanabelgola is the greatest contribution of Gangas in the field of sculpture. Okay students, next we have the new word, that is Kalamukha. What is the meaning of Kalamukha? A Shiva sect where the followers apply dark ash to their faces. So the students, you have seen, I think so, mostly, oftenly we can see these type of peoples. The Shiva sect where the followers apply dark ashes to their faces. So next, Lokayatas. Lokayatas means they were also called Charvakas. Charvakas means, yes student, they believe in the practical aspects of life. So now let us see the exercises there. Fill in the blanks. Durvinita's mother Jista Devi belonged to dash dynasty. Sri Purusha wrote dash. Next, answer the following in sentences each. Name the capital of Gangas. In which languages were Durvinita considered a scholar? Who built the lake at Kunigal? Where is the statue of Gomateshwara? Who built it? Now students, in next class we will continue this topic. So if you have any questions and doubt relating to this topic students, you can ask me. Thank you.